Hey guys, this is Anthony Munda helping you ace your fitness. And today's another episode of the Watching Him Transform series. It's the update of week 2 of Kyle's weight loss journey. Before we start, a little housekeeping stuff here. Make sure you're following me on social media and I'll put a picture up. I do updates on Kyle's progress on that, updates on myself, so make sure you check that out. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that. Or consider it. I got a lot of good content coming up with Kyle and with a bunch of other topics, so make sure you consider that. Timestamps will be in the description for the questions we go over and everything that we hit on. But without further ado, we're going to get right to it. So Kyle, tell people what they want to know. How much weight you lose this week?
So, was it last Sunday was 360. And I'm at 354.5.
Let's go. More than 15 pounds. That's right.
It's awesome. It feels amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing. And like we talked about in the last episode, he understands he's not going to lose 10 pounds every week. He understands he's not going to lose 5.5 pounds every week. But at first, it's going to come off pretty nice, So we're very excited about that. And we have some, I always talk about it's not a linear journey, right? So we have some very valuable little snippet from the week that we're going to share with you. And so I'm going to let Kyle kind of go over that. If you just want to break down
So basically, there's goods, and there was goods last week, this week, so there was a little bit of bads. I went to our county fair, and I had not eaten dinner before I went, and I ended up splurging on the fair food, and that was my bad for the week. I just was unprepared, didn't bring, I should have, mixed up my meals, so the easier meal I could have brought with me, but...
Right, and when Kyle told me, number one, that's an awesome thing, because he could have just said, he actually woke up around the same weight that he was the day before, so he could have basically just not told me, and, I actually would have never known. So I gave him a lot of praise for telling me and letting me know. Number two, I didn't say, look man, what the heck are you doing? You're going to ruin all your progress. I didn't treat it like that. I said, that's number one, it's okay. Number two, I always talk about it's not a linear journey. So stuff like that's going to happen. Number three, you got to remember that Kyle's been eating a certain way for his whole entire life. At that point, I think it had been 10 or 11 days straight of, being on point with every single meal. That's the longest he's ever went. And to go from eating, all the stuff he's eaten before to one little meal, at the fair, outside of your meal plan, it's not ideal, but it's not going to completely throw you off. And also I gave him praise for, he ended it there, okay? So he ate that food at the fair, went home, he didn't eat anything else, woke up the next day, got right back on it. That's the key right there. Now, the way it could have been dangerous is if he would have kept that as a cycle and then went home and had, I already messed up, let me just go have whatever, let me go look in the cupboards, or the next day he woke up and, started to do the same thing. So and another thing is, I used it as a teaching experience, right? So 2 days later, he went to the fair again, and go ahead and tell him about that experience.
So basically, what I eat for lunch is kind of I don't have to cook anything. It's easy prepared. So what I did was I had my dinner for my lunch, turned around for dinner, and had my lunch, my sandwiches. So it was kind of an easy, I could bring with me, eat it there kind of deal. And that was just...
Right, so yeah, the situation he caught himself in when that happened at the fair is he went too long without eating, so he was hungry, okay? So that we kind of broke it down, so okay, why did we do this? Why did we go outside of the plan? It wasn't really that he was craving it or he was just screw this diet, I'm not up for it anymore or anything like that. He was just really hungry, and he hadn't eaten for 6, 7, 8 hours at the time. But there's the thing I always talk about, it's a lifestyle thing. So that's where you have to prepare for that. You have to understand, you can't just go throughout the day and just kind of wing it, especially when you're first starting out. You have to prepare and plan for that. That's part of this whole lifestyle thing. He has to be conscious of his food decisions. So that was, when he did that the second day, 2 days later, and he's able to go to the fair and he still stuck to his meals, that was the most proud I've been. because that showed that he adapted to this lifestyle. Okay, he actually had to plan out, what meal he was gonna eat when it was gonna work for him. So it completely like he had to be conscious of his food decisions, his planning, and everything. So that more than anything, I was the most proud of, because like I said, it was a lifestyle thing. Okay, it wasn't me just telling him what to do. He had to think about it, plan it, and do everything like that. So I was super proud of him for that. And yeah, he bounced back ever since, and we've been good. So, and he's down 5.5 pounds this week. So everything's been solid. All right, another thing, so we kind of touched on is like how have your cravings been throughout this whole thing? Because like I mentioned, it's a whole new thing for him. Eating different foods.
To be honest with you, I mean, my cravings haven't been too bad. Like, I don't really have like the cravings like a lot of people do, like sweets. Like, sweets are people's like weak points, and to be honest with you, just really never been my craving. And like, I think the biggest craving I've had is probably like regular pop, like like Mountain Dew. I used to drink all the time, but basically I settled that craving by having like just a Diet Pepsi or something, no calories, and gives me that carbonation, and good to go.
There we go. And yeah, we were talking before this video, like, it is pretty awesome, I have to say, that he's not a big sweet guy, because that'll throw a lot of people off, especially when they try and introduce a whole different diet, because that's really hard to replace, like those like really calorically dense sweets and everything like that. So his big thing was pop before we started all this, and he's able to replace that with Diet Pop sometimes. It's not like he's drinking 10 cans a day, but he'll have a couple maybe, and that just kind of gives him that that feeling of drinking pop again and everything like that. So his cravings have been pretty solid, and that makes me happy, because that means the meals that he's eating are, number one, fulfilling, are filling, they're satiating, and that means they're nutrient dense, because he's not walking around like hungry all throughout the day. Another thing, so we've been going to the gym 3 times a week. So are you feeling more comfortable in the gym, and like, are you starting to adapt that into your schedule and just make it an everyday, or a part of your everyday life?
So I think it is. It's getting a lot better, honestly. It's the kind of like the first week, maybe like the first 2 days, like I haven't been in a gym for quite a while, so it's kind of uncomfortable. But after a while, it just feels better. Like, you just act like nobody else is there.
Right.
You just go there, do your thing, and then you're done.
Right. Yeah, and that's huge. Keep in mind, I mean, Kyle's only been there 6 times, and I can definitely see a difference, just like in his confidence in the gym, his willingness to kind of like take over, even like attach something to a cable or start putting weights on. He's just getting a little bit more comfortable, and those are the things, those are the little small victories we look at too. I mean, literally just improving his confidence and making it a part of your everyday life. So it's not easy to come home from work and just go straight to it. So how do you like kind of deal with that?
So I think the way I deal with that is, I'm really tired when I get off work, but it's just, what I have to look forward to, later on down the road, 3-4 months, even a year, that's what motivates me, because, that's, I want to lose the weight, and I want to look better, and I want to feel better. So that's what really motivates me, even when I'm super tired after work.
Right. And yeah, man, I mean, we're all tired after work. We don't feel like working out every day. We don't feel like, sticking to eating like sensible foods every day. I get it, man. Like, we all got to go through life and deal with responsibilities, other people, other relationships. I mean, I get it, but at the end of the day, if it's something you want to do, like, you're just going to make time for it. Like, does he really want to go to the gym as soon as he gets off work? Probably not, but he does, and we go there, we get it done, and that's the end of it. And I'm sure, just like myself, he feels better once we're done with it. You know what I mean? It's a good part of your day to kind of just feel like mentally better about yourself and everything, and just get your body moving too and everything, especially after being at work all day. So there's so many beneficial things going on right now. I'm so happy you guys are following his journey, and make sure you keep supporting him. Tell him he's doing an awesome job, because he really is, man. I literally couldn't be more proud of him. Had a little bump in the road. We recovered from it. That's what I said. That's what Kyle mentioned too. We're going to talk about the good, bad, and the ugly. We're not just going to show you before picture and an after picture and, pretend everything was just all rainbows in between, right? I mean, it's not a linear journey. So thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for supporting Kyle. It means the world to him. So make sure you comment down below and tell him he's doing such an awesome thing and that he's going to change so many lives. And also be on the lookout. We're going to record his workouts this upcoming week. So I hope to have them out like in between days, like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, something like that. Don't hold me to that, but something like that, okay? We're going to definitely get the workouts up because I know you guys are interested in that, as well as his meals and what he's been eating and just everything else, okay? So if you guys want to see anything else, let us know. Again, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And remember, the process is always greater than the prize.